We have to change from doubter to believer.
Good evening. This is the players' ratings for yesterday's match against Tottenham. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to DTBTV. This is the post-match Tottenham chat, as well as player ratings for the match against Tottenham yesterday. So everybody loved the game, I'm sure, on the group. I really enjoyed it. It's my first real video I've enjoyed since I've started doing DTBTV, and literally I was buzzing all day at work. It's been great giving some stick back to the Evertonians and all the other people that have sort of been on our case over the last few weeks. And what I was going to say, basically the Man United lot have gone quiet, which is dead funny as well. I found that really funny the last few days, where everybody's sort of like just gone so quiet on social media, and that shows you that we're back. We really are back, and the performance was phenomenal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through each player individually, and I'm going to give you a sort of analysis of what I thought of their performance, and basically then we're going to go, after player ratings, we're going to go into a transfer video, which I'll be doing next. So first and foremost, Alisson Becker. Thought he played really well, good on the ball. This time didn't make me as nervous as he has done over the last few games. Made a good few saves, and I've got to say, love the man. Best goalkeeper we've had in a long time. So Alisson Becker gets an 8. So Becker gets an 8. Next is this man. I've given him a bit of a tough time over the last few weeks, not in a bad way, nothing personal. Just basically, he's better than what I was seeing, I'm sure yous as well, over the last few weeks. But yesterday, he was absolutely outstanding. That was a Trent that's the best right back in the world that played yesterday. And I know everybody's probably presuming, like everybody else, has sort of picked him for man of the match. He's not my man of the match. He gets an 8. I thought he was outstanding, and I think 8's reasonable. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, 8. Next, the new captain, fantastic, Jordan Henderson. Absolutely unbelievable yesterday. Just starting off the attacks, calm in possession. And I've heard some comments today that people would like Connor Cody. We've already got a Connor Cody, but a better one in Jordan Henderson that can play there as a centre defender that was a centre midfielder. But we want him back in midfield. So he was outstanding, 7. And 7's still a good mark, you know, but, you know, I thought he did very well, Hendo. The next one frustrates the hell out of me, he really does. But he was fantastic until he went off at half-time. Joel Weetabix Matip. Or as I've seen today on a lot of my friends' social medias, he's been called Quaver Legs, What's It Legs, Biscuit Legs. Oh, it's all banter, but we feel for him, because it must be horrible to be that good and just cannot stay on the pitch. Joel Matip was an 8 out of 10 until he left at half-time. I was gutted when he left at half-time. So Matip, 8. So far we've got Ali, 7, Trent, 8, Hendo, 7, and Matip, 8. Next one, the Flying Scotsman, Andrew Robertson. I personally think he was better, still off with his crosses a little bit. 7 for Robbo. He will get better. I'm sure he's a bit still exhausted from the Euros, that he put everything in with Scotland and everything he's done over the last. Let's not forget that this man is a machine up and down the left, and I reckon he was a little bit burnt out. 7 for Robbo. Right, the midfield 3. First one. This man, absolutely love him. Reminds me so much of Jabi Alonso. Some of the passes he was making was bending at the same time. He's a world-class central midfielder. And anybody like Dietmar Hamann and that idiot off TalkSport that thinks he slows us down couldn't be more wrong. Look at the passes in the midfield by Liverpool. They're all side to side. Thiago always goes forward, and he's always switching the play to make the play spread from left to right. Outstanding. Even sort of Terry Butcher-esque with his bandage around his head, second half. 8 for Thiago. Next one. Love this man. 35 years old and still a machine. Played his 550th Premier League game yesterday, and again puts himself about. Lets everybody know that he's there and he's not going anywhere. Puts a shift in. 8. James Milner. Next, the Dutchman, Gini Wijnaldum. Again, outstanding, running everywhere on the pitch. You can't really give anybody below a 7. No one's getting below a 7 today. Outstanding all over the pitch. A typical Gini performance. 8. And the Fab 3. I have been seriously impressed with Mohamed Salah in the last 2 games. His work rate, never mind his goals, but it should. I mean, his goal shouldn't have been ruled out yesterday. We'll get to that in a minute. But he was outstanding yesterday. Looked good on the ball, running and running and running and running himself into the ground. You can't fault his effort. Unbelievable. 8 for Mohamed Salah. And next, my man of the match. I know this probably won't get agreed with by everybody else, but it's important as anything. Anybody that watches Liverpool know that it all goes through Bobby. And if Bobby's on it, Liverpool are on it. And how many times yesterday did he get the ball with his back to goal and managed to just dummy everyone and spin and turn, and whatever way he went, the defender followed, but then he turned that way. He has this amazing shifting, turning ability. He was tracking back. He was on the ball. He's playing. Let's not forget, it was his 2 through balls that made the goals at Old Trafford. He was brilliant yesterday and scored. Bobby Firmino, 9 out of 10, my man of the match. Let me know in the comments if you agree with any of these. I'll read all the comments out afterwards. And last but not least, in the starting 11 was Sadio Mane. First 20 minutes I was getting a little bit frustrated with him because he was the one-on-one he should have scored, especially with Son doing it 30 seconds later, even though it was ruled out. But that happens. He needs a goal. And he got a goal, sorry. He needed a goal at that time. You could tell it was weighing on his shoulders a bit. But work rate, endeavour, trying to beat the man. Typical Mane performance. In fact, if anything, that performance from Liverpool yesterday was what we're used to. That was the Klopp train. That was the mentality monsters. That was everything that we love about the club. And I'm so proud of the last few days because a lot of us on this group, we've stuck together, right? And we have sort of said we don't want to support the team like others have done, but it doesn't make them any less of a supporter. Some just like to keep supporting. Some can take defeat a lot better than others. I don't mind that. But I believe everything that comes out of Jurgen's mouth, because he's the most influential person I've ever listened to in my life. And when he sits there in this press conference and asks us to help because we're that important, then I will do everything I can to get behind him, the players. And by the way, social media, I say this all the time, they watch and they listen to it all. Did you hear Klopp in his press conference say, yeah, well, we've been getting bad reviews in the media and all that, and he tripped himself up a little bit because he went, yeah, I know we don't read it, but we do know. Yeah, you read it, you see it, you know what the fans are saying, you know what the media are saying, you know that Sky Sports have been absolutely hammering love for Man United over the last 2 weeks, and you've seen that, and you've seen that Man City are now amazing again, and you realise that hang about here, they're writing us off. So his team talk was made yesterday. Come on, everyone's doubting you, everyone's thinking that you're finished. There's even reports you won't make the top 4. Embarrassing. Not only are we going to make the top 4, we're going to be in this title race for the last 2 games of the season. That's me telling you that now. I believe this title race is going to go to the last 2 games. So anyway, Mane gets an 8. So let's just do the 3 subs. Nat Phillips, when he came on, I've never seen him have a bad game. Defensively, really good. Also winning the balls in the air. I think he might be a mainstay for the next few weeks alongside a new centre-back, but we'll get to that in the next video. 7 for Nat Phillips. Curtis Jones, when he came on, loved the man. Always good and comfortable on the ball. 7. Divock Origi, again, came on, looked sharp, looked good. I can't understand why no one's come in for him yet, especially someone like Fulham or West Brom, or there's someone down there, because he'd do very well for them, I think. 7, because he didn't do anything that bad. 7, and no one deserves below a 7 in that squad performance. So that was my player ratings. Let me know what you think in the comments. My next video will be live immediately, and that will be transfer news. Thanks everyone. You'll never walk alone.